All right, people. We are back on the channel. Welcome to Mad Upton Sup Reviews. That's me, and I got some sups to review today for y'all. We're doing this a little something different here, changing it up. Obviously, still working on the technical editing stuff of the channel. I've been kind of lazy. I've also been searching for work a lot, but enough about my personal life. It's just the reason, and I don't want to get into it, and you don't care either. What we got here with us today, though, I hope you like the new change of pace here. Maybe it's a little something different. It's beautiful out here in the Wisconsin area. So here we go. With us today, from Black Lion Labs, Black Lion Research, Vector, natural muscle building, natural anabolic, natural muscle growth, 180 caps. Let's get right to it. Serving size is 6 capsules. You get a full 30 servings, and they use 3 different extracts that are natural extracts. Okay, so we're going to start off with Erythritria japonica extract at 1,000 milligrams. Now, I've used this in a couple of other natural, like testosterone, natural anabolic muscle building products, like Gorilla Chemist Chemix Natty anabolic muscle builder product had it, and I think Competitive Edge Labs anabolic product also has it, and those are 2 other ones in this kind of this niche category here. I'm covering a lot of these. A lot of guys don't like to waste their time with them in the reviews, and I totally respect that, and I respect their position on it. I think they have an avenue for guys and girls, honestly, maybe in 35 years older, because everything here is stimulated endogenously. So as far as any if you do some sort of testosterone stimulation from it, it's not going to. I'm sorry about all that, y'all. I had to mess with some shit there. It's not going to cause any virilization effects or major side effects that, like, taking an exogenous source like testosterone in excessive dosages would too. And remember, the dose is in the details, and everybody has their own unique chemistry, and I'm aware of that as well. All right, so that's the first ingredient. Now, this one for me, what I really liked about it was pumps, and also I felt a stamina boost, but not just in cardio. Like, I felt like I recovered faster between sets, okay? And maybe I could knock out like another rep or 2 on my typical reps. But it wasn't anything like, it's not Anadrol, y'all. You're not going to just be like, oh my God, that's 30 pounds heavier than 3 days ago, and it feels like air, you know? So nothing's going down like that here. Just a nice little greater recovery. You might bang out a couple more reps, and some good stamina boost for that one. So the next one is Viscum album extract. Now, I don't know as much about this one offhand, but it seems like a lot of these, and I'll tell you what, I like Black Lion Research a lot, and when I've talked in other videos about getting to know the people behind the brand, this is what I'm talking about right here. And if you go, if you want to look into this brand a little bit more, check it out and get to know the owner. He's way smarter than me, and he really knows what all this stuff does to another level, and he can give you the fine detail to a greater extent. And I apologize, I should have more knowledge on that up front. But so with these, okay, so there's a gram of that, and then there's a gram of Ray Manahai R extract, which I have had again in Gorilla Chemist Chemix product, I believe. Yes. So I have looked those up, and I looked up another one called Korean mistletoe, which isn't in here, but it's kind of along the same lines of these, this like these kind of natty products that came out. That, by the way, I think all these are better than testosterone too. I don't hate on ectosteroids. I actually think there is a benefit personally to me. You just have to have real ones actually in the right dosages, but that's another video at another time. But I think these are all superior personally, as well as their androgen product, which I've reviewed. I got another one coming up here I'm going to review that I like too, and I like the synergy between all three here that Black Lion put together for y'all. So basically all three of these for me, what I understood about them is they do promote like natural erythropoietin production, so you get an EPO boost, you get an oxygenation boost. There's nitric oxide synthase production. I believe there's some mild PDE5 inhibition with the Embryota japonica, so you'll get that type of pump from it. But it's nothing where I don't think you have to worry about taking nitrates with any of these or anything. I don't see any label warnings about that or anything. Again, that's something you can check with the manufacturer, and they got the people over there to be more than happy that you asked that question and to answer that question for you. So, one more thing here. They got a BioX bioavailability complex, and they have this in their other products too, and I really love it because it really actually helps with absorption, and these are science-based ingredients that have a long efficacious background in providing optimal absorption of a lot of things. Plus there's citrus flavonoids that have a ton of like heart health and metabolic health benefits that are not central nervous system stimulated related. Sorry, I kind of whacked way of saying that, but they don't raise your blood pressure or CNS, and they really like elevate. I sweat when I'm on these, and I feel that body temperature increase, and it's nice. I really like them, and heart health and lipid benefits from these as well. So they are neuriginin, hesperidin, tangeritin, ECGC, which is I think epicalicin, galactolate, cogalactolate. Yikes! 50% from green tea, which is one of my favorite sources to standardize it from, because I just think green tea is the nectar of life personally. Been a big fan of it. I started drinking it back 30 years ago. All right, so as far as effects go, this one is a real interesting one. You definitely get a level of fullness with this and the androgen, and the next product that I'm gonna just jump right into it and keep it on the same review here, and then just try to wrap this up in like 15 minutes and get two in for you. I'm not as worried about video numbers or anything anymore. Who gives a shit, right? All right, so this is Follidrone. This is their other natural anabolic, and I told you I reviewed androgen already. You can check that video out. But this one has the myostatin inhibiting complex, 3 capsules, 30 servings. Again, full month serving here. Epicatechin is the first at 99% at 400 milligrams. Now, that one is probably the most popular natural ingredient for myostatin inhibition. What that really does in the terms of muscle growth in general, whether it's like from an exogenous drug source or, let's hold up on that, because some of those exogenous drug ones really do work, like the ones that are like the viral vector ones. Some of those joints are legit, but they're $10,000 a fucking month, and nobody can source them. So, and some of them have the ones that stimulate the albumin what is it? Albumin. There's one of them that it cranks that protein up and it's bad. You don't want to fuck with it. So, but getting back to these, like, I don't know. I like it for the pumps. Let's move on here. Let me just hold on here. We got Ecolonia cavaca at fluorotannins, 500 milligrams. Now, that's an awesome ingredient. I really do like it. It comes from red sea algae. It's got a ton of health benefits in general, but it legitimately helps, like, keep a healthy range of estrogen and testosterone and other things, as well as it has positive effects on the GABA neurotransmitter modulation, and can improve like properties of healthy sleep. So REM sleep, deep sleep, and it's a really cool ingredient, and one that I think is legit, even for just the health benefits and the sleep benefits, which right there is probably going to improve your chance of building any kind of muscle anyway. So maybe that's what Black Lion had in mind here. And then the floss Carthami 50-1 extract. I don't know anything about this one, guys, sorry, but what I'm assuming is that it's a myostatin inhibitor. It's 50-1. Black Lion, I need to do my research here. I'll do an update video on a couple of these ingredients that I didn't know enough about. It's kind of my thing, is I should know those things and explain them, and this maybe wasn't the best presentation in that regard. So, but my understanding is that at the same time, I don't really know how much these things really do. Like, again, okay, so the floscarithmy extract at 50-1, and then the bioavailability extract that is the same one that I just talked about in there. So it's, when I say that about these, all as I mean is me going through and talking about this stuff and breaking down the scientific literature that says, oh, it's 1,300% here and 400% there, and that hormone or that. Does anybody really give a shit? And I don't mean, pardon my language, but it's like, and let me know in the comments if you want me to get scientific and break all these down bit for bit. I'm glad to do it. But if y'all just really want to know, like, man, is the bottle worth the buck? I'm happy to do that too. I'm working for you here, and I want to please my audience as well. It does matter to me, and you matter to me too. And thank you for everybody who is here, whether you love me or hate me or neither. I appreciate your time and your attention. So, yeah. Okay, so to wrap it up, with the Black Lion natural muscle builder combo review, they actually have a stack that includes androgen all together, and all three of those, I think if you could afford to buy 3 to 6 months worth, and I would say really 6 to 12 months worth of this stuff, you're dialed in, 85% compliant on your diet, your training, and your lifestyle around it, and you have the good fortune of staying healthy and not pulling anything or getting some weird sick stomach virus where you can't eat and you lose all your gains at no fault of your own. Like, this stuff will, all things aside considered, I could have just said that too, I think these particular ones from this particular company could benefit a decent amount of people. And again, I say 35 up. I don't mean that you couldn't benefit at like 30 either, or even 25, but I feel still like a lot of that time is still more about consistency in the basics, and it's about consistency in the basics at my age now and 20 years from now for me too, clearly. But but still, I think at 35 plus, your body's kind of in a place where it's like, I'm running out of some of that good stuff that was just there 10, 15 years ago, And so it might give you a bump back in that, which might motivate you back into the gym. You're getting better pumps, or back into your, getting your home gym, whatever, however you're getting your money and getting your gains. And if it motivates you to do that and do that more consistently, then it's of benefit there. And if it can increase your libido and your energy, I'd say that's probably the greatest benefit I found from these, is like a feel good libido and energy that when I combined it with like an energy drink, something neurologically, even though they don't stimulate the central nervous system, some of these enhance libido through adrenal stimulation as well as through Leydig cells and luteinizing hormone and that stimulation. So you can get like a neurostimulant effect that is unique from central nervous stimulants that can collaborate with it and even potentiate it. So that's pretty dope. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other good things to say here, because I think again, for the people that are committed to it, day in and day out, month in and month out, and year in and year out, and got it all in and together, and got enough money on the side where they can play with something like this. Don't pay your rent, buy your toilet paper, make sure you're eating and drinking right. Don't spend on this and then short on something that's, that you really need. So it ain't that serious, but I do want to give a shout out to Black Lion Labs, because there's plenty of these products out here, like Nugenics, that should literally be, in my opinion, F14. I'm just going to leave it at that, man. Them boys are bogus, and they know why. So, I don't care that they improve their formulas. Nobody should ever pay $130 for any of this. And I'll tell you what, one thing is, another awesome thing about these, I bought that whole stack from them for less than you would pay for one bottle of that Nugenics horse shit. And I'm saying shit because it is, and it makes me personally irritated that these companies that have had so much success and made millions and millions of dollars lying and ripping people off, and then those same people would actually like to know about a company like Black Lion and be like, oh my God, this stuff actually kind of works, So, all right, I said my piece about it. I'm sorry, my little soapbox action there. I'm kind of speaking for some people out there that I've met over the years that, I've talked to them about supplements, and they hollered back at me like, yeah, I'm getting into fitness. And I'm like, oh, what you messing with? Oh man, I got this stuff, this Cellucor P6, bro. It was like $140 at GNC. And I'm just like, oh God, oh, let me holler at you, and so, all right, I took about a minute and a half past what I wanted to do, but I got two in for you. Hope you enjoyed the outside review today, and I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Thank you. Oh, you can get these at blacklionresearch.com. I believe naturalbody.inc also has these, strongsupplement.com, dpsnutrition.com. I'm going to give NutriCartel in there, even though I don't know if they have it or not. I just want to promote their brand because they're awesome. And I don't know if the nutrition store has them or not, but they're another really awesome place that I just want to give a shout out to in case they got them. So, all right, y'all.